Hey, what's happening, guys? What's going on? And thank you for tuning into Rules for Rebels. So, I know, Mr. Quit spending your money on courses. You can find all the information online for free, right? Mr. Don't spend money on courses. Just dropped $1,500 on the Tax Lien Investment Bible by the United States Tax Lien Association. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to tell you guys kind of what this is all about, why I bought it, why I like their sales pitch, and then I'll do a follow-up sometime down the road after I kind of go through some of these course materials and attend this kind of 3-day seminar. Before we kind of get into the video, just wanted to give a shout out to my buddy, Mr. Dustin Ray. Dustin sent me this Thirstosaurus drinking a beer shirt. This is available on Amazon.com, and the name of the company is Ninja Warehouse. If you like it, I will post a link down in the description box below. And in the spirit of the T-shirt from Mr. Dustin Ray, wanted to crack a beer and have a beer here with you guys while we talk about this. By the way, I don't know if you guys have Yuengling or Yuengling. I'm not sure how it's pronounced where you're at. I think this is out of Pennsylvania. It's the oldest brewery in the country. It's kind of like a same price as kind of a Miller Lite, Coors Light kind of thing, but actually a really, really great beer. Me and my girlfriend's brother drive out to Indiana sometimes just to pick this stuff up. So thanks, Dustin, for the T-shirt, guys. If you guys like it, check out the description box below. Getting into the video, though. So me and my business partner, if you guys watch my videos on a regular basis, you know me and my business partner have been attending a number of these kind of like sales pitches at hotels for different educational courses and seminars and things like that. And for the most part, I think they're all kind of bullshit, right? It kind of ironically, I've made a couple videos about them. We went to Damon John's The Seller's Playbook. We went to The Amazing Seller. We went to a Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary, had like a stock trading one with Interactive Brokers. Went to one about running an Airbnb rental business. So we've been to a number of these things. A lot of times they have them on Fridays. You get free lunch. They normally give you a free book. I think we went to Neil deGrasse the other weekend. Get free lunch, get a book. It's normally only an hour or two out of the afternoon. And I just like kind of hearing about different opportunities, different ways to make money. And I also think it's really interesting, like the sales pitch and kind of the psychology that goes, that kind of goes into kind of the actual selling. And most of these I feel like are really scammy, really spammy. I feel like the same thing about a lot of online courses and stuff with affiliate marketing and Amazon FBA and everything else. One of my biggest beefs is people tend to talk a lot about getting you pumped up, but they don't really give you any information about what you're actually going to be learning. So, you know, whether we're talking about so-and-so's drop shipping course or one of these hotel things, it's like, how would you like to have more freedom in your life? How would you like to walk your kids to school every day? How would you like the freedom to sit on a beach and make money passive? Like, you know, it's all pumping you up, and you kind of walk out of there like, what the hell is this opportunity? Like, I know you want $1,900 of my money, but like, what are we doing again? Like, you just pumped me up about how much money I'm going to make, but I don't even really know what the hell we're going to be doing. The one thing I really liked about this is me and my partner, we walked in a few minutes late. I think it was from like 12 to 3. We were packing orders and stuff. This morning, went to the seminar and had to run back and kind of pack orders to get the stuff out. So we were a few minutes late going in. And by no means, this isn't a sponsored video. I'm not trying to pitch this or anything. I don't even know if it's any good yet. But pretty much we were maybe 5 minutes late. From the second we walked in, from the start to the end, there was no hype. There was no getting you pumped up about money. They didn't necessarily teach you every intricate piece of this business, but I mean, the entire thing from start to end, 3 hours, was packed with information. Most of the time when you attend these seminars and courses and things like that, they don't really answer questions, right? It's all their agenda, and they don't really want people answering questions that might poke holes in what they're doing. So I went to one Amazon one, and they were kind of teaching like retail arbitrage and stuff. And as soon as somebody would ask a question that maybe made it seem like it wasn't so easy or poked a hole in their tactics, you know, they'd kick you right out of the room. So these guys fielded questions. The entire thing was all information, no hype, no pumping you up about how much money you're going to make. So basically what you get, I think this is like the audio CD pack. It's basically the same information, but depending on how you learn, you also got a book if you're more of someone who likes working on paper. And then there was also like a CD-ROM and some visual materials. There's also a website you can go to. Supposedly they have Skype sessions, an 800 phone support number you can call, and you can also go to their office. You can attend as many of these training seminars in the future as you want. You can bring a guest every single time. And the one thing that kind of sold me on it was They let you take home all the course materials today. You can also attend the first day of the seminar, and if after all that you're not happy, they'll give you your $1,500 back. I know sometimes people are difficult about returns. Worst case scenario, and I don't like doing this because I know it sucks as a merchant. Worst case scenario, if they don't follow through, if I for some reason am unhappy with this and they refuse to give a refund, you can do a credit card chargeback. I was told that up until the first day of the course, I could do a refund. The credit card will give me my money back. So there's really no risk. I'm hoping that I don't have to return it. It is a lot of money, but this is actually kind of a strategy or something I've been interested in a long time. So years ago, I went to real estate school, right? I took a real estate class. I never wound up following through with it and getting my license. But I remember during real estate school, they talked about these tax liens. Now, if somebody's like totally oblivious to what I'm talking about, these vary a lot state to state, county to county, city to city, but generally speaking, kind of how it works is, at least in my state of Illinois, say somebody doesn't pay their property taxes and they owe like $2,300. At some point, the county courthouse of the county will hold an auction. Now, different states work differently. In my state of Illinois, I think 18% is the maximum amount of interest that they can charge. So rather than bidding on a dollar amount, you're bidding an interest rate. So if I say, okay, I'll pay the $2,300 and I want 16% interest, if nobody comes in lower than me at 16%, essentially I have to pay the $2,300. At that point, I forget if it's a year and a half or 2 years, but whoever is back on their property taxes has a year and a half, 2 years to give me back that $2,300 plus I bid 16%, so plus 16% interest. If they come up with the money, I get my $2,300 back, plus I'm making 16% interest, way more than a bank will pay. If they don't give me my money back after a year and a half, 2 years, again, I haven't really gone through all this stuff. After 2 years or whatever it is, I have the option to foreclose, and then I take over the property. And for $2,300, I potentially pick up a property that's worth $60,000, $80,000. Now, I think more often than not, you're probably going to get the interest unless a home is owned free and clear. But I mean, generally speaking, if there's a mortgage on a property, the bank's going to pay off the property taxes because they don't want to lose the $60,000 that they're owed. And even if people own a property, I'm sure most people will try to borrow money from family or friends because they don't want to lose a $60,000 property over $2,300. But every now and again in a blue moon, some crazy situation, who knows, maybe you pick up a property for a couple $100. Worst case scenario, you get your money back plus a pretty good interest rate. So that's kind of what this whole thing is all about. Like I said, I've had an interest in this for a number of years. I've never really dug that deep into learning it. Me and my partner have been checking out a lot of these kind of like seminars and things like that, like I talked about. And this was the first one that kind of sounded interesting. Seems no risk since you can get your money back. And I kind of like how they presented it. And it's something I'm a little bit familiar with already. So, you know, we actually, after they finished the thing, we talked to the guy for a minute, and then I'm like, you know, I said, we'll go talk about it. And I kind of just planned on leaving. And we got out to the hallway, and my partner's like, I'm kind of interested. He's like, if you're down, he's like, we could use the company money for this. So we wound up using the company's money. So, you know, I guess at the end of the day, it's my money, but I mean, it's not coming directly out of my pocket. So we went halves on it. It sounds interesting. It sounds like something that could be pretty lucrative. I'm going to go through these materials. I think in September they have like a 3-day weekend course. I'm going to check it out, and if it seems worthwhile, I'll probably research this more and probably move along with this either way. But as long as the course seems worth the money, I plan on going through the whole three days and then kind of hitting the ground running, trying to buy some of these things. Another reason I thought this video might be interesting, because I know a lot of you guys out there are trying to sell courses or ebooks, and I know that's kind of a hot thing right now, is selling information on digital products. I'll tell you guys what, like ClickFunnels and the landing pages everyone uses, and like the format of like a video that you can't pause or stop, and just like a never-ending scrolling thing of testimonials and how much money you're going to make. I don't know about you guys. To me, that seems like super scammy and spammy. Maybe, I'm guessing it must work because it's kind of the format that everybody does. But a lot of times, like just that format can turn me off to something. I don't like when somebody tries to hype me about, get excited about how much money you're going to make. Because I normally feel like if you need to focus on getting me hyped about money, there must not be very much to get excited about in terms of your actual information. So again, the reason I bought this, I thought the speaker was really good. They took questions. The whole thing was packed with information instead of just rah-rah getting you pumped up. And normally I'm kind of a skeptic, and I still am a little bit. I'm always kind of a skeptic about things. I literally just got home. Me and my partner, we got out of this meeting, wound up going back, signing up, got back to the office at 4. I had about a half hour to get all my packages out for the day, so I was kind of scrambling to get that done. And I just headed home. I just got home a minute ago. So to be honest with you, I haven't even really. Normally, I'll hop online and see if I can find like something about them on Ripoff Report or Better Business Bureau or Consumer Reports, or see if Normally, I'll Google like United States Tax Lien Association and see if a bunch of stuff pops up saying like scam, not worth the money. And I stopped at the gas station earlier. I Googled this for about 2 minutes. So I mean, I haven't done a ton of research. I did see something with like 2-star reviews, but they had like a couple hundred Facebook, like 3.5, 3.8 star reviews. And I saw a discussion on Bigger Pockets, which is kind of like a real estate personal finance blog and forum. And somebody had asked like, hey, I attended one of these things. Is it worth buying? And nobody really had anything terrible to say about them. A lot of people said like, look, you can get all that information online for free. Somebody else was like, yeah, if you're someone who likes the information packaged for you and stuff, it's really not a bad deal. There's some good information. You have a few resources. There's some like forums and templates and some information that by buying this, it'll save you from having to like scour the internet for it. So could I get started? Could I get all this information online for free? Probably. Me and my partner decided to kind of roll the dice with it. But that's kind of what sold me. So I mean, any of you guys who are selling informational products or digital products or education, like think about the things that kind of appealed to me and maybe try to apply that to your courses and things like that. But I hate when you go to something and they're very vague. You don't really know what you're going to learn. They were very upfront about like what's going to be taught on day 1, what's going to be taught on day 2, what's going to be taught on day 3. They did some kind of preliminary like mini lessons of what's going to be taught, so you actually saw like what you're paying for, as opposed to like buy my course about Amazon and you buy it and it's like, what is Amazon merch? How do you sign up for it? Here's 10 best practices, and that's a course you paid $300 for. Like, it seems like there's some decent info in here. So I don't know. I just figured I'd make this video. I've made one about the Damon John, about the Kevin O'Leary. What's kind of ironic about, of the 5 or so of these I attended, 2 of these companies, The Amazing Seller and Damon John Seller's Playbook, have recently been shut down by the FTC. So I think that's kind of ironic. A lot of these things are bullshit scams. So after I kind of go through these materials and attend the thing in September, maybe I'll make a follow-up video kind of letting you guys know what I think about it. If any, I'm sure some of you guys are in real estate. Maybe some of you guys are realtors. Maybe some of you guys even have experience with tax liens. So if that's something you're familiar with, if that's something you know about, anything you have to share, any information, tips, anything about it, go ahead and drop them below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button below. And if you guys like the Thirstosaurus t-shirt from my buddy Dustin Ray, check the description box below. I'll link to where you can buy it on Amazon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll check you out on the next video.